Hi there, Jojo Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the scariest things that happen to kids. Now, when I was a kid, I was scared of pretty much everything, including going outside. So I'm very excited to see exactly how many of these things I would have been scared of, and how many of these things I'd be scared of happening even now. As this video goes on, these things that have actually happened to kids get more and more scary. So make sure you stick around to the end to see exactly what I'm talking about. You might even poo yourself. Before we start, guys, as always, I just want to point this out. Of all of you brilliant people who watch my videos, there is a massive 68.2% of you that are not subscribed. Now, while that number is going down, I would love to get that to 0%. If everybody that watches my videos could just subscribe, that would be amazing. We are so close to 2 million subscribers now, guys, and when we get there, I'm going to be doing a massive reveal. So if you want to find out what that is, please do subscribe and hit that bell icon. Okay, so the first one that 92% of kids have experienced: walking past a group of older kids. Oh my god, I so remember that when I was in like year 7, and then just walking past like, a group of older boys. I'm just thinking, I really hope they don't attack me. It's almost like they're catcalling you. Like, you'd walk past, they'd be like, all right, midget. I don't know, that's what they do in my school anyway. But now I'm older, it's the other way around. Now I'm scared to walk past a group of tiny year 7s. I walk past them and they'll be like, you're right, you giraffe? Why are you so tall? It's literally the opposite. I can't win. Younger kids make for an easy victim that won't fight back. Yeah, unless you're a year 7. 86% of kids have experienced this. Being home alone. Oh no, I was never scared of being home alone. I love being home alone. Which is surprising considering I was scared of quite a lot when I was younger. You sit in your bedroom too afraid to wander into the other parts of your house. I can honestly say was not me. Wow. Maybe I'm not as much of a scaredy cat as I thought. 83% of kids have experienced this. Going to the dentist. Fear of dentists is more common in females than in males. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, that explains it, because that's also another thing I'm surprisingly never been scared of. I think maybe because my dentist was really friendly and he never, removed any of my teeth. So I had a good relationship with him. 79% of kids have experienced waking up with a dead hand. Yeah, I do remember the first time that happened to me. I was like, oh no! I can't feel my hand! Mom! And it just takes a while for the blood to come back in, and it's all okay. Most likely, you just slept on it funny, but it's still a scary feeling. It is scary because you're like, am I never going to be able to feel my hand again? 77% of kids have experienced this. Giving a public speech. Oh my god. That was just the worst thing ever in school. Public speaking is one of the most common fears in the world. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't know what it is. I think it's all just in your head at the end of the day, isn't it? Like, obviously you know how to talk, but it's just the thought in the back of your mind. You're talking to the whole class. I don't know, potentially it depends on what you're doing. Potentially. Bloody hell, I can't even speak. I'm getting nervous. I don't know, it depends what you're doing. You might be potentially speaking to like thousands or millions of people. Entirely depends on what you're doing, but it's all in your head. Like, you know how to talk, but you're just talking to more people at the end of the day. 74% of kids have experienced this. Waiting for mum at checkout. It's even worse when it's your turn before she comes back. Oh my god, yes. Like, you go to the checkout of the supermarket, maybe you're at Tesco or something, and your mum goes, I'll be back in a sec, I forgot to get the bacon. And then you're left there on your own to talk with the checkout person. Why is that the scariest thing in the world when you're a kid? It's so stupid. 66% of kids have experienced this. Falling off a bicycle. You can most certainly get a concussion from falling off your bike. Whoa, yeah. I don't know if I did actually. I must have fallen off my bike. But I do remember this time where I was cycling too fast. I was going down a really steep hill. And you know when you're on a bike and you're going too fast, your steering wheel starts doing this because you're going so fast. That's what was happening, and I was so close to hitting a car at the bottom of the road. 64% of kids have experienced this. Voice cracks in public. Yeah, still happens to me now, sometimes when I'm filming my videos. Everyone's voices crack, but we still get insecure about it happening. For some reason, it's like you hit puberty at 13, and then once again when you're in your 20s. It's just so uncontrollable. I don't know why it happens. It's really annoying. 62% of kids have experienced this. Going down to the basement at night. Oh my god. I've never had a basement. It's the same thing. Like, if it was the weekend and my mum was going to bed, or my parents were going to bed, my mum would say to me, Jake, don't forget to turn out all the lights before you go to bed. I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then you do that. You turn off the lights, and then all of a sudden it's pitch black, and you're like, shit, I might die now. So the method is, you switch off the light at the bottom of the stairs, make that the last light, and then you sprint up the stairs and hope the monster doesn't grab you. That's what I used to do anyway. Having company can make the experience less intimidating. Yeah, but if you're on your own, for some reason, again, it's just in your head, isn't it? It just makes it so much worse. 59% of kids have experienced this. Watching a horror movie. In 2021, horror was the 4th highest grossing film genre in the world. Yeah, for some reason, I remember when I was a kid watching the film It. like Steven Spielberg's It with the clown, and I watched it on my own for the first time. I just really wanted to watch it. Looking back now, that was actually like really brave of me. I did remember calling my dog in a few times. Just like, come and sit with me. I'm myself watching this. 57% of kids have experienced this. A spider crawling in your room. Yes, I've always been scared of spiders. I still am, and I think I will be until I die. I don't know what it is. Why do they need 8 legs? I don't know. It's best to overcome a fear of spiders early on. They're usually harmless. Yeah, it's true, especially in the UK. Like, they're not going to kill you. They might not even be able to bite you. I don't know. I've never been bitten by a spider. But yeah, in the UK, they're definitely harmless. But I don't know why I'm scared of them. They just look scary, all right? 54% of kids have experienced this. Bullied by a classmate. Interesting. The best bet in this case is to refuse to engage with these kinds of people. Absolutely. Yeah, just don't talk to them. Just cut them out of your life if you can. It's hard, though, when you're in the same class as them. Yeah, I didn't really get bullied by any classmates. And the worst of my bullying would literally just be kids calling me Ginger. I'd be like, yeah, I am. Well done. Round of applause. 53% of kids have experienced hearing something under your bed. God. This is fairly common among preschoolers and elementary-age children. Yeah, I do remember the stuff like that happening, or you'd wake up from like a nightmare and then just want to sleep in your parents' bed, which would always really annoy them. Hearing something under my bed, though, I don't think that ever happened. I'd hear like footsteps around in my room. Like, I'd be like, what the hell is that? Because there was no one in my room. Other than that, I don't really remember anything under my bed. 46% of kids have experienced getting on the wrong bus. I have not experienced that, but that was also a big fear of mine. What if I got on the wrong bus as a kid and then I get taken to like the Arctic or something? For some reason, I can't get off the bus and, on any of the other stops. I just go all the way to the North Pole. Getting off in the middle of nowhere and finding your way home is terrifying, even to adults. Yeah, I mean, I'm less scared of it now, mainly because I know how to navigate and use my phone. As a kid, it's so scary because you just think you're going to get, if you accidentally get on the wrong bus, you're going to be lost forever. Your parents will never be able to find you. Don't forget, guys, these things keep getting more and more scary as the video goes on. Make sure you stick around to the end to see the last one. 38% of kids have experienced this. Walking into the wrong classroom. Yes, I do remember doing that. Cue the class full of laughter when you awkwardly leave the room. I do remember doing that in like year 7 or year 8, going into a class of older boys. I don't know what year they were, like year 10, 11. And then, yeah, they just laugh. Oh, you're in the wrong class, mate. You look a bit small to be in this class. But then not only is that really embarrassing, you've then got to find your actual class. Oh, God, this is just bringing back horrible memories from school. It's funny, though, when you look back at it. 33% of kids have experienced forgetting your lunch money. A teacher would probably lend you some money to let you eat. No, I don't remember that ever happening. I mean, mainly because I would normally bring in packed lunch. But also in my school, it was really high tech. There were these thumbprint machines around the school, and you would store your money on your thumbprint. So if you wanted to pay for stuff, you would use the thumb scanner, and you had like money on your thumbprint, which was linked to you. Pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, that never happened to me. I'd just bring in packed lunch that my mum would make me. Mum, if you're watching, thanks. 30% of kids have experienced this, being locked inside a toilet. Wow, yeah. I don't know if this ever happened to me in school, but I do remember it happening. It's like if you've got a dodgy lock, they just don't open, and you're stuck inside the toilet, and you think, oh my God, I'm gonna die in here. 28% of kids have experienced this, parents calling you by full name. It can indicate that you were in trouble. No, my mum never did that. She would never go, oh, Jake Joseph Everett Rose. She wouldn't do that. If I was in trouble with my parents, like, I don't know, they'd send me to my room. And if I'd been really bad, then they'd maybe smack my bum as I'm running up the stairs. But oh no! Oh God. 25% of kids have experienced this. Seeing a clown at night. Really? You're telling me a quarter of all kids have experienced seeing a clown at night. Is this in their dreams, or is there actually genuinely a creepy clown at the end of their bed? We can't read genuine emotion on a clown's face. That's why it's scary. What do you mean seeing a clown at night? 25% of kids have experienced... I have not experienced that. Guys, and if you have, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. 21% of kids have experienced this, accidentally calling 911. Prank calling the police is a crime, so don't risk it. I do remember calling 999 when I was younger. I don't know, I really just kind of wanted to see what would happen. I must have been in like year 7, year 8, something like that. And I just remember being so scared when someone answered the phone. And I just hung up immediately, and then I thought the police were going to come immediately to my location. And then I never wanted to do that again. Looking back, I have no idea why I wanted to do that. 20% of kids have experienced this. Picked last in gym class. As more and more people are picked before you, the more insecure you get. Yeah, I do remember that being horrible. It is just the worst thing ever, because you're like, why is everyone picking everyone else but me? Like, cheers. I wouldn't say it was scary though, it's probably just more embarrassing. 19% of kids have experienced this. Seeing 5 missed calls from dad. Oh no, this can lead to immediate thoughts that something might be wrong. Yeah, that would be scary. 5 whole missed calls. You're like, and then you ring him back and he's like, what do you want for dinner tonight? I was thinking pizza. Oh my God, Dad, I thought something was wrong. 18% of kids have experienced this. Your sibling sleepwalks. Whoa, this has not happened to me before, but I can imagine that being really scary. Just, you think there's like a burglar in the house or a ghost outside haunting you, and it's just your sister wandering around. You actually should wake a sleepwalker if they might put themselves in danger. Imagine they're just holding a knife. You got to wake them up, otherwise they might stab themselves or you. That'd be so scary if you saw your sibling sleepwalking with a knife. 17% of kids have experienced this. Your mum gets sick. It's stressful to see your loved ones in a vulnerable state. Oh God, yeah, that would be horrible. My mum's got sick before, but she's not got really sick. Probably the most terrifying thing on this list so far. Fingers crossed that never happens. 16% of kids have experienced this, being barked at by dogs. I suppose that would be really scary if you have a fear of dogs. The quicker the succession of barks, the more aggressive the dog is. I didn't know that. So if the dog's barking like really frequently, like it means they're really angry. I did not know that. I'm not really that scared of dogs though, but I have been barked at by dogs. I've never been bitten by one. 15% of kids have experienced this, having sleep paralysis. Most people experience it at least once or twice in their lifetime. Sleep paralysis, I think that's when you're having a dream or you wake up but you can't move. I'm not sure, but I've definitely had dreams where I can't move and I'm in like a nightmare. I do definitely remember that. Thinking about it now though, when I was a kid, I have had nightmares so bad that I've woken up from them and been like so scared and traumatized from the dreams that I don't want to move. And I feel like I'm just stuck there. I'm like, yeah, just don't want to move in the middle of the night. And that is horrible. Maybe that's what sleep paralysis is. I'm not really sure. 13% of kids have experienced this. Followed home at night. Really? 13% of kids have experienced that. Crowds can help deter stalkers from continuing to follow you. Oh my God. If you are being followed and you know you're being followed and you're in a crowd, I would just point them out. But like, dude, what are you following me for? What are you, gay? And he'd be like, oh, nah, you got me. And then you just walk away. No, but seriously though, if that is true, 13% of kids have experienced being followed home at night. That is terrifying. 12% of kids have experienced this. Hallucinating a face in the window. Oh my God. That sounds horrible. About 1 in 20 people have experienced at least one hallucination in their life. What would you guys do if you experienced a hallucination? You saw my face doing this in the window. Probably call the police, I'd imagine. 11% of kids have experienced this. Failing a class. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and poor self-esteem. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely failed classes in my life. I was not the most academic kid, really. That's all that was going on in my head when I was in school. It was kind of scary, only because the amount of pressure, like, just the world puts on you when you're in school to pass the exam. So when you fail them, it just feels like your whole world is crashing down. 10% of kids have experienced this. Sitting alone at lunch break. Yeah, that is not ideal. I mean, I think the only times that would happen would be when my friends weren't in school. So if like my friend was off sick, I'd be like, oh great, gotta go make some new friends, for f***'s sake. You might feel like others are judging you for being alone. Again, it's another thing that's all in your head. Like, who cares what others think at the end of the day? If you want to eat your lunch on your own, that's absolutely fine. You do that. 9.7% of kids have experienced this. Being rejected by your crush in public. Getting rejected is a normal part of dating that everyone experiences. It definitely never happened to me in school or when I was a kid, just mainly because I didn't really care. I wasn't looking for a girlfriend at that age for some reason. But I can imagine that would be really scary. Okay, we're getting to the really scary ones now, guys. 9% of kids have experienced this. Forgetting your lines in a school play. Oh my God. That is so bad. The whole school play with everyone watching and you forget your lines and you're like, like sweat dripping down. Oh God. No one will mind if you take a minute to calm down and compose yourself. I think they will though. They'll be like, what the hell? This play's a load of shit. I can't believe I paid £5.50 to come watch this. This kid can't even remember his own lines. 8.3% of kids have experienced this, being lost on a field trip. That brief fear that you'll never get found again. Yeah, you'll just be lost forever. No one will... No one will ever find you, apart from that stalker who follows you home every night. 8% of kids have experienced this, using the wrong bathroom. Oh my God. It's never been that... I have walked into a girl's bathroom by mistake. It's never been so bad that I've walked in, gone to the toilet, and left. Oh my God, that is so bad. As long as it was a genuine accident, you won't get in much trouble. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you ever done that. So embarrassing. 7.2% of kids have experienced this. Earthquake waking you up. No, I've not experienced that before because I'm from the UK. But I imagine that would be really terrifying. There are 500,000 detectable earthquakes in the world each year. Wow. That is a shitload of earthquakes. 7% of kids have experienced this. Stranger offering free candy. Run away from them in the opposite direction as fast as you can.
Hiya, you want some free sweets? It's in my van. I got free puppies as well.
I think I have been offered free sweets in an airport by an adult, and I said yes, but only because I was also with my parents, and my parents said it was okay. So, there you go. I was also 24 years old, so. 6.1% of kids have experienced this, playing a Ouija board game. Oh God, not a good idea. Don't do that. The Ouija board is often associated with contacting spirits or the dead. No, I've not done that, only because I've been told by my parents never to do that. 6% of kids have experienced this, being stuck in an elevator. This can be very stressful. Remain calm and wait for help to arrive. That would be very stressful. I've never been stuck in an elevator, but yeah. Imagine you're in the elevator and you just feel it suddenly go and just drop. Like, honestly, that would be so scary. Oh God, this one's pretty dark. 5.5% of kids have experienced this, dad hitting mum. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe, intimate partner physical violence. Christ, that is a lot. A whole quarter of women. That is absolutely unbelievable. God, that is a scarily high amount. 5% of kids have experienced this, being stuck on a roller coaster. Oh my God. No, this hasn't happened to me, but I've been at a theme park when it has. It was like, I think I was at Thorpe Park, and it was Stealth, and they got stuck like all the way at the top. No, I don't even like heights, and I never wanted to go on the roller coaster anyway, so just watching that happen just confirmed that for me. Roller coasters are among the safest rides, so don't worry. Yeah, well, all right, okay, video, I don't care. Tell that to the Smiler ride. 4.8% of kids have experienced this. Mum brings out the belt. Parents tend to use corporal punishment on children out of desire for obedience. God, yeah. No, my mum never hit me with a belt, nor did my dad. But they, as I said at the start of the video, they used to just like smack my bum as I was going up the stairs if I'd been really bad. Looking back now, it's just funny. 4% of kids have experienced this. House catching on fire. There's 358,300 home-based fires every year on average. Wow, that is a lot. No, that never happened when I was growing up, and fingers crossed, it never does. Touch wood. Touch wood, hope to die. Why do we say hope to die? It's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? No, that's never happened to me, but yeah, that would be so scary, because you'd be thinking like, what am I going to say? Like, obviously you want to save yourself first, and all your family. Other than that, you'd be like, what do I grab? My pets? My Xbox? What do I bring? 3.5% of kids have experienced this. You're put up for adoption. Really? That's a very large amount of kids. Children with divorced parents are twice as likely to drop out of high school. Wow. I didn't know that. That would be so scary if you were put up for adoption. I don't know if parents can legally do that. Right? Like if you've been born and that you are their child, can both parents just agree to go, no, actually, I don't want this one, and then just put you up for adoption? I feel like that's not allowed, surely. If it is allowed, that is just crazy. 3% of kids have experienced this. You see a ghost. This can be a way of a young child dealing with a recent death. Well, there you go. Luckily, I have not experienced that. 2.1% of kids have experienced this, wearing a uniform on non-school uniform day. Oh no. Hopefully, it's only a day of ridicule and everyone forgets tomorrow. No, this hasn't happened to me, luckily, but I do remember it happening to my friends. And it's just so funny because everyone's like having the best day ever because they're wearing exactly what they want. And then your friend comes in school uniform and you're like, what are you doing? Sometimes they would just say, though, no, I didn't forget. I just don't have any money. Because you have to pay like £1 or £2 to charity. 2% of kids have experienced this. Imaginary friend attacks you. What the hell? Children often use imaginary friendships as a safe haven to try out their social skills. What the hell? What do you mean try out their social skills? It's not really a good way to test their social skills with an imaginary friend, because I can't exactly give you any feedback. That'd be so weird if you saw one of your friends just starts getting beaten up by a ghost, but it's their imaginary friends. 1% of kids have experienced this watching the dark web. There were more than 2.5 million daily visitors to the dark web on average in 2023. No, I've never looked at the dark web, and I don't think I ever want to. There's a lot of people that watch it, though. Okay, guys, we have made it to the last two, and they are very scary, and things kids that have actually experienced. 0.7% of kids have experienced this. Finding out you're adopted. If you were adopted, would you want to meet your birth parents? Absolutely, I would, yeah. If my parents that have been looking after me weren't my real parents, but I knew my real parents were out there somewhere, yeah, I feel like I would want to meet them for sure and find out why the hell they put me up for adoption. You missed out on all this. This genius. Okay, and the last one that 0.03% of kids have experienced. School shooting happens. That is so terrifying. Guns are the leading cause of death among American children and teens. Oh my god, and yet still, America does nothing about it. They just think guns are protecting them, but can't see that it's the actual core of the issue. It's so scary that shootings not only happen in the world, like I feel like we're past that, but they happen in schools. It's so sad. And like 0.03% of kids, like while that is low, it feels like that's still really way too high. That is unbelievably scary. And I hope that never happens to me, and I hope that never happens to any of you guys either. That is terrifying. Right, okay, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments, what is the scariest thing you have ever experienced? I'd love to know. That's the main thing. I might even pin the top comment. Before you go, guys, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!